Hey guys, it's Mr. Moak. Today we are going to be working on a mixed media project using limited resources because I'm taking for granted we don't have all the same art supplies you have in the art room at your home, but I may be wrong. So you can take a look at what I'm going to use today, all right? Like I said, we were doing a mixed media art project, so I have some drawings that I've done on my own that I just kind of stored away. You could use those. Collage materials, things from food products. I have my paint set up. I have my pens. I have tape. I have glue. I have brushes. But basically what mixed media is combining a couple of different mediums together, or it could be 3 or 4, whatever. One of my favorite mixed media artists and someone I'm really influenced by is an artist by the name of Robert Rauschenberg, and this is some of his work. And as you can see, he would even incorporate found items like chairs into his pictures and into his compositions. And you can see there's some collage in there, a lot of paint. Almost looks like a fine art painting, but it's actually a mixed media piece of artwork. And here is another one of his pieces with John F. Kennedy in there. And you can see there's images in there. He would screen print and he would do a lot of transfers. Now what I mean by transfers is he would take the picture, put it on there, and then use like an acetone, which kind of melts and morphs the image onto the canvas. And then he would do a lot of repeating images in there also. So that's mixing a couple different mediums. There's a lot of collage in there too. You probably can't tell on the video. So what I'm gonna do is, I just kind of keep going with this. You don't really want to worry about what you're putting down. You just kind of do layers and see how it's coming about. It's supposed to be a lot of fun. As far as your sources, you could just use copy paper. You could use some board just from a box that I found downstairs in recycles. So you can find whatever you want to use one of these mixed media paintings. This is kind of cool because it's going to actually hold the paint and hold the collage and anything else I want to use on this mixed media piece. Okay, I also have some pens, markers. There's no right or wrong way to do this, okay? There's no, you can draw realistically on here if you want to. You can draw cartoony on here. If you even want to add drawings, you don't have to. You can just do collage and do some markings, mark making. So I'm gonna get started real quick here. So here's my cardboard, all right? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this old picture I had here, all right? And I might just want to tear it like that, just to make it a little interesting. I don't want to use the whole thing. I'm going to use, actually I'm going to use some matte gel, but you can use glue stick or you can actually use tape also. And what matte gel does is it basically just secures it to the paper. It's like a heavy duty glue. All right, but like I said, you can easily use whatever you have handy, and tape works just as well. All right, so I might just use that for the backdrop there and secure that on there. All right, kind of happy with that. Then I might just want to do some different things to this, maybe add some different marks, maybe add some shapes. Just do something kind of strange in here with my Sharpie. In the back, I might want to add a little wrapper to this. Like I said, there's no rules to this at all. All right, I'm gonna make this as cool and creative as possible. Okay guys, so I've just been adding different things to this. All right, these are all just pieces of collage that I have sitting around. All right. And I'm not real worried about how it's looking at this point. I just want to get this stuff down, get it fastened on there, and then just see how it comes. And the fun thing about this also is I don't even know how it's going to look. So I could be extremely happy with this, or I could be really disappointed. But either way, I'm having fun. All right, this is just from a yogurt container, Chobani. So you'll see the layers and textures that I'm kind of getting down on here. Okay, and some of this peels up, it's fine too. You'll see up close in a lot of those Rauschenberg paintings, you see a lot of texture and a lot of layers on there. All right, so now what I may want to do is just go in and start doing some colors in here. And just kind of framing some things out. Maybe get some drips in there. Add to the composition a little bit. That way it doesn't look exactly like, you want people to really kind of think, hey, what is that? Not just throw it out there so it's right in their face. You really want people to come up and look at this painting once you're finished. Use the other side of your brush for some mark making. Okay, we go back in. Add some more layers, add some green, maybe for some complementary colors, and you have the green of your lime. I'm going on top of my little wrapper there, so it doesn't look exactly like a wrapper. Maybe frame out that like it's a panel. Just want to make it look interesting and also have fun while you're doing this. Okay guys, so as you can see, still adding certain things to this. This is just from a Chef Boyardee ad. And just throw this stuff in here. And I'm putting on top of my paste. An old ad from an old magazine. It doesn't matter if things are wet or what you can see and what you can't see. That's kind of cool. Like I said, you want to get close up and look at kind of the artist process once you're finished. And I usually like going back and looking at this and saying, wow, what was I thinking here? How did I come to that conclusion? And that's the cool thing about mixed media, is because you're not really sure what's going on while you're doing it. You see me doing this because I like drips. I think drips are cool because it kind of does something you're not intending, and sometimes it adds a different compositional element to your picture. And you can tell in the light, you can see how things are kind of shining through there, and there's already texture from some of the mark making I was making as far as the other side of my brush. And just to get things to stick a little better, you might have to go back in. And when it dries, it's going to look completely different. There's certain things you still want to see in there. I have my brick back wall, I have my Chobani. You see all this stuff there. I'm seeing a little too much of that, so I may want to change that up a little bit. Different things to it, and you'll see the layers that are going on here. As far as the collage, you can still see my pencil drawing very slightly back there. There's facial feature, there's some paints I combined, some overlapping, there's the Werther's original package. Lots of different things going on. You can always go back in, and if you just want to grab a pen or a color, or see here, you get any color you want, and you can actually just use the tube too if you want. And just kind of add some contrast, take away from some of that red, and kind of mix and match. So it kind of looks like it's a really nice, gels really well together as far as some of the different colors where you're looking all around. So your eye doesn't go directly to one image area. All right, so once you are finished, or you think you're finished, and you can always go back. Like I said, I did this on construction board. I'm sorry, not construction board, on just a box from downstairs from the recycling. So what I did on purpose is I kind of made this so I could kind of display it like this, or just sit it once it's dry, and I could always step back, look at it, see how it looks from afar, and then I could always go back in and add some things to it. So it's almost like on its own easel, which is kind of cool. So there's lots of different ways to do this. You can take a try at this using a lot of different materials. You'd use regular copy paper. It's going to buckle a lot, but you can still use your copy paper like that, or use a harder surface. So that is Mr. Moak's mixed media demonstration for today. Thanks so much, guys. See ya.